welcome back to Entertaining People. If you're just joining us, I'm Porter William, and I've got a great guest here. Hey, Marion, how are you?
Good.
Marion Wheeler, who is one of the nation's most extraordinary interior and architectural designers. We've had the pleasure of working together on many projects, and this one was actually a little overwhelming. I had to call in the help, the guards. My silver bullet, as I call her, is right here, and she really is dynamic.
It's because of the hair, Porter.
It is because of the hair. It's always that. My inspiration for this was this amazing 14-foot antique refractory table.
Amazing
How phenomenal.
table.
From Spain, and I know that our guests are going to go nuts. But I was out of ideas. You know, you've seen me do the tablescapes, and I wanted to get some help. So tell me what your first idea was when we started talking. I think the word I used was organic. I wanted to do something organic.
Yeah. And that was really the key to everything. And the table was so narrow that we wanted to do something that was really low up firstly so that people could see over it. So it was a little challenging, but it was kind of fun. I thought, let's do something you could eat. Let's play with chocolate. Let's play with raspberries. Everybody's favorite thing.
Okay, perfect. So actually, what Marion has created is an edible centerpiece for tonight with just enough candlelight, and that was a really good tip that you just brought out. She's chosen low votive candles because eye to eye, most times you're looking right into the candle and it's just uncomfortable. It happened, we did it in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. It's time to really kind of tone it down, be low key. So tell me about the levels, and let's start with your tablescape. Is this what I think it is?
Mustard right from the vineyards in the center of a huge vineyard out in the middle of nowhere.
Perfect. This is a California wine country crush, and we're starting with our beautiful California mustard. If you're not from here, this is on all the postcards. And I think you're gonna do some levels. So tell me, instead of having the flowers outside, what are we doing today? Let me help you out.
It was kind of fun to start with a really low votive so that women love to be lit from under their face so that, they look fresh and alive. And so we took off from the votive candles that were square and found some inexpensive vases.
So this is the square shape that was your inspiration.
Yeah, and it was kind of fun. I like the shape because everything else is round on the table. I like playing with geometry. And so we got the squares. I went and found some very inexpensive vases, $7, $10.
At like your local import store,
Right.
you can get these. Let's start by cutting some of the flowers. We're doing water in the vase first.
A little water.
Okay,
just
go ahead.
A little.
And can I just clip a few of these off here?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Perfect.
So if I'm guessing, we're gonna do the short ones and the shorter ones.
Well, what I thought is if we
vase.
put one in one direction, kind of proportionately, it would put another in another direction. We don't need much, just a little color.
Wow, this is a great idea. Everyone tune into this. So this is the difference when you consult a pro. Another snip? Okay. But when you consult a pro, she's coming at this really from a design perspective. And on Entertaining People, we're trying to keep it simple, but what I'm hearing is the opposite level.
It's kind of fun. It pulls you into the center.
So we were lucky enough to find these little individual chopping blocks.
Yeah, another very inexpensive thing. It gives you a layer.
I'm just gonna move this off the table. So go ahead, we have the
It's a good
chops.
idea. Yeah, it's a good idea, Porter, to put something so that these don't slide around when the guests are actually chopping.
These are these great little rubber skid pads, basically.
pads.
You can get it
Get
at any
them
hardware
anywhere.
store, and they have a little adhesive bottom on them. But when it comes to food and culinary things, we want safety on the table. That's all there is to it. So what do we have?
So it kind of grips this so that it
Perfect.
doesn't slide.
Side to side. And of course, that's because Marion has chosen the ultimate centerpiece, this phenomenal hunk of cheese. Look at that thing.
It looks
That's great.
It looks like a melon. It's
Isn't
so
that good?
beautiful.
We even have a little chocolate on there. This is a Mimolette Vieille. It's like a cross between a Parmesan and a cheddar. It's a beautiful French cheese. And I think you already asked me to cut one slice off for you. Can I cut another one?
And I think, yes, please.
So you chose a living centerpiece. Is that cheese good enough?
I love the color.
This
I
is-
love the flavor.
Yeah, this is a Mimolette Vieille from France, and it's like a cross between a Parmesan and, you want another one?
I like a little architectural, a little abundance looking.
I think that's a really great point. Some depth, high, low is really good. And we're gonna do 2 cheese on the lower one, right? And offer them, look at this great knife that we found, an individual cheese knife, so that they can cut that. Why don't you set it how they can cut it?
Get it from the ease of use.
And we'll actually save this one for us.
All right.
We're going to do it with the wine tasting
you and I.
when Ken gets here.
Okay.
Check out this chocolate. You saw me use a brick of this for our dessert. Well, Marion had the idea, and you didn't even know what the menu was at that point.
No.
This is fantastic, full block bittersweet. And I've been shaving here for you. So what are we going to do here?
Well, I like the big chunks, the big squares, and I like this kind of building a
It's like an erector set
Yeah,
for
just
chocolate lovers.
something that has a little architecture to it. Pieces on top.
Yeah, this is going to be great. So our idea is that there's a cheese course on the table the entire meal. Now, for me as the host, that's great. I don't have to rush the courses out with 10 people. It's
They can
intense.
nibble.
Yeah, they can nibble. And actually, this cheese, as it warms up to room temperature, is only going to get better and better. So by the time we get to the end of this amazing meal, we're going to even have cheese with our wine all the way from the beginning to the end. Okay, I think
I've
it's
stolen
just-
this idea, but I did tell you that always put a few small pieces so people can grab a little nibble if they want to.
Good entertaining points,
Just
and
on the
there
side.
are the best ideas are always those that are inspired by other people. So feel free to borrow and give
know.
credit where due. And I saw the raspberries come in. What
Of course,
what
for
have you?
color, and who doesn't love raspberries, chocolate, and good wine?
Man, wait, can I
So-
just get that? Hold on a second.
No.
Look at that. Look at that berry. That is perfect. Here. Oh yeah.
Oh.
We need that.
And so
I'm never making a dead centerpiece. Watch those
Escaping.
rollers. That's
It's
good.
escaping.
That's good. That'll be good for the guest.
But I just think that tossing them around very casually makes people more friendly to just take whatever they like.
And what I love is her idea, just as if you might have broken bread, as they say, hundreds and thousands of years ago. This is something that's accessible. They don't have to be served. And it's going to get everybody talking.
I know.
Don't you,
It's
don't
kind
you
of
think
fun.
so?
It's-
Yeah, it's kind of fun. Are you done with the chocolate and the... I'm going to set this over here. Let's show them our dinnerware set that we've chosen tonight. I'm using a set that you saw a couple seasons ago in one of our alfresco episodes, and that's because when you entertain at this scale, you can't go out and buy a new set of china every time, and there's no reason to reuse your stuff with different ideas and different themes. I'm sure as a designer, you're taking things from one room to other rooms all the time and making it new again. Our menu, our big finale, as you know, is the Poussin, so I'm using a charger that we're actually going to eat on. All right?
Wonderful.
That's the way I'm
Great.
doing it. And then for service, what's coming up next, the whole service is simply in reverse. So the first thing we're going to have, we're going to do a little mousse bouche, just a little shooter of flavor to get them going.
Fun.
Look how the color works with your raspberries. When you tablescape, think about matching color with the food that we're
Little
working
pops
with.
of color.
Yeah, I like that. And then we're going to have a salad, we have a plate there, then we have that warm cassoulet coming out. Wait till you see these little individual red casserole dishes that I found. Simple napkin, that's all I've done at this
And
point.
Porter, I love these napkin rings.
Yeah, these are great
So
fun.
architectural again. Again, we've got round, 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 and then these square napkin rings.
And these are kind of fun. It's
So-
kind of like the puzzle that you just want to play. And I think by the end of the night, people are going to be playing
I
with
hope
them.
so,
It's
yeah.
great to put things that are interesting. And Marion, what do we have for flatware? I just did a
I
basic
love
set.
this flatware.
Yeah, it was kind of gutsy and kind of wine country, so I
Very
just got.
rustic and organic, like you say, but still with a
And
little
I love the
touch of
texture.
embossing.
Yeah, I love the texture.
Yeah, wonderful.
So you call this embossing? I like. See, I'm
Why
so
not?
unsophisticated. I would have said texture.
I know.
I like the weight. That's important.
Absolutely. And it feels good in the hand. The embossing actually at that bottom with the texture, you're absolutely
Yeah,
right.
is that what it is?
And yeah, because this is so organic and this is such a juxtaposed to it. It's wonderful.
We've transformed this family room into a fantastic California wine cellar. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Who's up? You up for
Oh,
first
thank you,
one?
thank
We are
you.
eating our centerpiece if you're just joining us here on Entertaining People. And I'd like you to meet my friend Ken Musso. Beautiful, beautiful vintner. I actually fell in love with Ken's wines when I planned a friend's 50th a few months ago. So Ken, what have you brought for us to taste today?
Well, I brought a Nebbiolo. And I thought Nebbiolo
I've never heard
would
of
be, well, Nebbiolo is an Italian varietal from northern Italy. And what makes it so special is that Nebbia means fog.
And we are in the city of the fog.
The city of
Pour me
fog.
just a little
So
scoop.
what better
That's great. That's
wine
great.
to taste?
And for you and Marion?
Absolutely, Marion.
Thank you.
Wow. So what am I drinking? This is a blend.
And no, Nebbiolo is its,
Wow.
its own grape. and
amazing.
it's all about bouquet. That's the thing
with that
Nebbiolo.
cheese. I can't wait to get this in. Let's just do a quick.
No.
There we go. To the table design
Thank you.
and the
Absolutely.
vintner.
Ooh. Oh my gosh.
With the cheese.
Wonderful.
And Ken, I can't
Outstanding.
wait for what's more to come here.
Looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it. Yeah.
Last time on Entertaining People, we were planning our party. Today, join us as we bring our guests in and the party begins.
What am I pouring? I've got a Viognier here, but I'm last to go, so tell me what
Right.
we've got.
Actually,
This
what we
is
have
just
here is we
beautiful.
have it's called a Viognier.
One of my
And-
favorites.
And Viognier is all about the bouquet. We're talking pear and nectarine, apricot, a little verbena even on the nose.
Wow. Now for
And-
us beginners, break that down. Let's make that simple
Okay,
for our
let's make it
viewers.
simple. Let's call it flowery and fruity.
Perfect. Here's the
wonderful.
flowery and fruity. For the first toast of the night, welcome to this fantastic table. You're sitting on a 19th century refractory table from Spain, and I'm convinced that it's gonna make everything taste better.
Dan?
And
I hope you enjoy. It's a basil shooter, and just sip it like a soup. Cheers.
Wow.
wonderful.
Salute.
Oh. Oh.
I think with that wine,
Mm.
that's gonna
Oh, it's
get us
wonderful.
going. Hopefully worth the wait.
Things like the
And
ones
our
put together.
Mimolette for all of you, you have, thanks to Marion here, a edible and living centerpiece. So dig in with your knives, peel off a piece of this beautiful cheese, the chocolate and raspberry, and we've got a real surprise for you coming later. Cheers to that. I'm good, thanks. Next course is here.
All right.
And for those, I know you all know, but my grandmother used to say, just start from the outside in.
That's right.
So you'll use this fork, and we're going low budget tonight, so you only get one knife, so keep your knife, all right? This is just a simple salad. God bless the pre-made salads that are out there these days. I grabbed a couple bags with everything we have coming, and a fresh vinaigrette that's got some Spanish sherry. It's really sharp. I think it's gonna go great with the Viognier that Kim has poured. But lift off your tops, and I want to introduce you to your roasted fennel and herb polenta gratin with a horseradish carote on the top. This is a pear sobretto. It's a champagne and pear sorbet just to try to get us through this killer night. The party's going on in the background, and one of my most favorite things to do is to make a pan gravy right on the fly. Look in here. These are all the drippings right here that I have. And I've added the butter from our brown butter on our vegetables with the balsamic that you didn't see me put in there. And I grabbed some wine off the table. Just gonna throw it in there, stir this up, and I'm gonna walk around and sauce everybody's plate. Wait till you see this, they're gonna love this. So I'm gonna take the pan and pour it in. Just a saute. So look at our messy counter. And then I'm going to personally sauce it. Watch this. All right, take your seats, everyone. I'm going to come, and I just whipped up a pan sauce right here. No plan, and I used Ken's and Annie's Viognier. So I'm gonna sauce your plates. We have a Poussin, if you're not familiar with a Poussin. It's a small chicken, friendly, happy, don't worry. They're glad to be here tonight. And it's always appropriate to use your fingers anywhere in the world when it comes to chicken, so go ahead and do that. Finally, we've made it to the end, and let's have a bite of our 7 Zen and cherry bread pudding. Tell me what you think about this. We have a little cava sparkling, plus the dolcetto still on the table. Oh my goodness. Well, we made it here on Entertaining People, a table for 10, a wine country crush. Thanks again, Marion, for the great inspiration. I'm seeing the California mustard there. Just, I know I'm home when I see stuff like that. I love that. And absolutely, Ken, for the wine. We've learned so much tonight, and I hope you have too at home. I wish you could be here, and I know you have. For all these recipes, the tricks, the tips, and the techniques, go to entertainingpeople.com. You can find out about where to get this great wine and these great cheeses and, of course, these great design ideas. The entire menu is based on memories from my life and my experience and bringing them right to you in your home. So join me next time as I entertain the world one table at a time. Salut, everyone.
Hello.